Hello, Aquarius. My name is Misty, and I am here to do the bullshit and the blessings for the week of July the 25th through August the 15th. I'm going to go ahead and get straight into my disclaimer. So these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. If the details fit for your situation, the reading is meant for you. If they do not, please do not try to make them fit, as that will do more harm than good and is definitely not my intention. I am not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. If you need advice in any of those areas, please consult a professional, and please do not do something simply because I suggest it or talk about it in one of these readings. You are an adult who has responsibility for your own life. Please use that responsibility to your advantage. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the reading. What we're going to do is get a general message from the oracle cards. We're going to get details from the tarot cards. And then we're going to do a quick pick a card for those who are interested in looking at romantic energies. And I say romantic energies because any kind of family or friend type of love will come through in the general reading. And so this section here of this particular video is for those who are looking at romantic energies only. And then once we're done with that, we'll get some charms. So with that said, let's get this moved out of the way and we'll get started. So we have the song All My Love by Led Zeppelin playing in the background. This one here. Oh, page 2 came out. So nature spirits have been coming out for everyone, which, well, not everyone, but quite a few people. It's just getting so, like, I'm expecting to see it almost every time now, but still shocked every time it comes out. So the first thing that I'm noticing with these two cards that came out is look at how dark this particular card is, and then look at how light this card is next to it, right? So this is telling me that there's some sort of maybe depression or something going on. What it says here on the quote, it says, here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breathes the hidden, the pieces that make you whole but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. So definitely this is about not feeling so great, and how maybe getting out into nature, but more specifically animals, would be beneficial to you. Animals in play, and I say play because the quote on this card says, on your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. So definitely this is, messages coming from the nature spirits, but it only happens when you're able to play and relax, obviously, based on what the card is saying. So if you are feeling some sort of depression or, we've got the graveyard. So definitely there's some sort of sadness or depression or loss or something going on here. The quote says, there is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end and acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. So yeah, you're not feeling so good, obviously. Probably due to a loss of some kind. Or if it wasn't a loss, like something that ended, but you're not feeling great about it. So we've got the star, which is actually the card for Aquarius, starting it off. And this is the recent past energy. What's interesting to me is she looks like she's crying here. But the star card always brings healing in. Let me do another shuffle and then we'll see what else wants to come out. Okay, so the Emperor. So this particular Emperor card in this deck is about depression as well, because this is the famous quote, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. So, there's some melancholy there. And with the star card, what it says is, when the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the queen of the angels to shield me from harm. So there's definitely an ending or a loss of some kind, because there's a light extinguished here. There's dwelling on the past with the Emperor card. However, that's what the imagery is telling me. The actual traditional meaning of these cards are very positive. So interesting, the moon on the bottom of the deck. I think that's what we're going to use as our last card, simply because it follows the theme, and it's a major arcana, which again follows the theme. This particular card here says, for the moon never beams without bringing me dreams. So we have more opposite. Typically, the moon card would be about depression and, nightmares and or the things that go bump in the night that scare you, right? It's like the Nine of Swords on steroids, where the Nine of Swords is anxiety. The moon card can be full-blown depression. But this particular card, especially the quote on it, is talking about the moon bringing dreams. So it's bringing the fantasy element of the moon through. So whereas these two cards are typically positive, but the imagery is negative, this card is typically negative, but the wording is positive. So whatever your situation, maybe you're not seeing it as clearly as you could be. And maybe that's the reason that you need to spend that time in nature. Because again, in the beginning of the reading, we talked about how dark this card is, how light this card is. And it's funny to me, she's got her bed outside in the daylight when you should be out, and they're outside in the nighttime, right? You should be in your bed, in your home, in the nighttime, and outside in the daylight. So there's something going on in terms of maybe your schedule is off, maybe you're awake at night and asleep during the day or something. And it has to do with like a depressive cycle that you need to pull yourself out of. You have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So it could be the loss of a relationship. The quote here says, we gave the future to the winds and slumbered tranquilly in the present, weaving the dull world around us into dreams. So this is about a partnership, a relationship. Probably a relationship that you've lost or that has ended in some way, and you're sad about it. Could be with an earth sign, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here. It doesn't have to be, but look, the Lovers now, and then the Ten of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like definitely about a relationship, the loss of or the end of a relationship that is hurting you and you're not happy about it. So with that said, we're going to go right into the romance portion, because for a lot of people that relationship is going to be romantic in nature, but for some of you it was just not just, for some of you it was a family or friend. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, or 3 focus cards, I should say, and then you can go ahead and pick which group that you want. Once we get the focus cards pulled, I will get tarot cards for clarification for each group. Yeah, this card right here is like screaming at me. So we're going to put that as group 1. So go ahead and choose your group now while I get some tarot cards. Okay, so for group 1, you have the song Shut the Fuck Up by Kaylee Morgue, or STFU. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. It's spelled M-O-R-G-U-E, so it could be Morgue, but it could be Morgue. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. Probably a bunch of people screaming at me. All right, so let's see what's going on for group 1. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, you've got 9 of Pentacles. So you're single, right? Or possibly you have been single and enjoying it, I would say. Okay, so maybe kind of enjoying your singlehood, or maybe you're at least successful, but you're there's a 9 of Wands here with the High Priestess and then the 10 of Wands, right? So what this is saying is like the 9 of Wands is really tired. Like the 9 of Wands has been fighting. It's the Wounded Warrior card. And it's because the warrior has been fighting, holding the line for a long time without any reinforcements. And so, the Wounded Warrior in the 9 of Wands is typically ready to give up. But the next step would be the 10 of Wands, which is here. And in between that, you've got this card that talks about your intuition, or listening to your intuition, using your intuition to your benefit. And so it's saying maybe you want to give up because you feel like there's too much work attached to, attached to whatever the situation is. It could be an air sign because of the Queen of Swords that comes after it. It could be attached to a new beginning with the Page of Wands, right? But let's see what the actual cards are. Oh, so we've got the 2 of Wands and the Devil. This is like a crossroads. There's toxic energy here with the Devil. And so there's a choice that needs to be made. And again, I think that toxic energy, that's what you've been fighting here with this Wounded Warrior card, right? So that's the reason that you're kind of wanting to give up, because there's even more work ahead to overcome this toxic energy, possibly with an air sign. And because of that, like, you have a decision that needs to be made. You're at a crossroads at this point in your relationship. Okay, so let's move on to group 2. And by the way, we have the song for group 1. We have the score, the song Stronger by The Score playing in the background. Okay, so group 2. Actually, hold on. Man, that one feels like it needs to be the one. So let's go ahead and look at the bottom. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. 2 of Swords, Page of Swords, 2 of Cups. Interesting. Oh, very... Okay, very interesting energy. Even before we look at these cards, I feel like the foundation of whatever the matter is with this particular relationship, it's like one person comes in and says, hey, I've got these feelings for you, or hey, let's go out, or hey, whatever. That's what the Knight of Cups is about. I'm telling you how I feel about you, right? I'm pursuing you because I have feelings for you, which leads to, a choice that needs to be made, right? And then, you know, you have to then communicate that choice to someone, right? Which is right here where you're now the other person is offering their cup of love. So it's reciprocating energy here. And now we're analyzing and looking at the relationship, kind of paying attention to it, right? Both parties. I think one person is probably less mature or younger than the other. So there could be like an age gap in this relationship, but that's okay. I think it's going to come together well because now we have both parties here. I think one person is afraid of being trapped or feeling trapped, but they need to be courageous about it because this is like all positive, like good energy, right? So now let's look at the cards. We've got the Three of Swords and we've got the Hierophant. So this is talking about like marriage, right? And I think that's what this is saying. One person came and probably offered something and the other person is like, I don't know. And it's because of this pain. And what I said over here about being afraid to be trapped, being afraid of losing their freedom, and how it's going to take courage to overcome that because this is what they've been wishing for. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave that here and we'll move on to group 3. So group 3, we have the song Feel Alone by Juice WRLD. Mm. Man, group 3, the song. Look at, you've got the 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So you see, first of all, the song is talking about, I wonder if anyone knows that when I feel alone, I wonder if anyone notices, right? So if that's you, this card is saying, you see what's missing. There's something missing. It's time for you to head towards what it is that you want. And that means you have to walk away from something else. Probably this relationship, but we'll see what the cards are. So look at, you have to walk away from whatever situation you're in so that you can find what's missing. And that's going to take time. Like you're going to end up having to like either take a break from the relationship that you're in, because this is a card of being put on hold, right? Or you have to stop dating, like you have to walk away from the relationship that you're in and be single for a while so that you can truly understand what it is that it takes for a relationship like this, the reciprocal nature, the responsibility of it with the Emperor. But then you've got the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles that talks about putting in a lot of hard work towards what you want, with the Queen of Cups. Oh, and then the King of Cups, and then the Fool. Very, very positive energy. The Queen and King of Cups, then with the Fool, this is a true match coming together, possibly. So if you're in a relationship and you're looking for something, then walking away and being single for a while or putting this relationship on hold for a while is going to be positive in one sense or another. So for some of you, it could be that putting the relationship on hold will actually be beneficial for the relationship later on. For others, you have to walk away from the relationship to find something new that is what it is, that has everything that you're looking for, meaning the full 9 of Cups instead of just the 8, right? Well, actually what you really want is the 10 of Cups, but the 9 of Cups is the wish card. So if you're looking for your wish, that means the 8 of Cups does not fulfill it, or the situation you're in right now does not fulfill it, and you have to leave that, put in a lot of hard work on yourself in order to get yourself mature and ready for your true match, which will probably be a brand new person. Okay, so now let's look at the cards here. We've got the 3 of Pentacles with the Wild. Look at, it's like the Three of Pentacles, and anytime you've got three people on a card in a love or romance situation, that means there's too many people in that situation, unless that's your scene where you want to be in a throuple, right? Not too many people can actually do that successfully. So, you know, more than likely, this is like a situation where there's either too many people or something, or, you know, it's going to take some work and collaboration in order to find what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the charms now. We have the song Easy Come, Easy Go by Imagine Dragons. Right. So our charm board is actually a chakra board. So here we have Earth Star, or the moon being divine feminine energy. This would be Soul Star, or the sun, which would be divine masculine energy. This is the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Anything that happens here has to do with like communication or intellect in your mind in some way. Over here has to do with actions that you take and decisions that you make that are set in stone, that you can't go back on, right? Like anything where you're still thinking about it is over here. Once you've made the choices over here. Up here is all about security and home and support and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some charms. Oh, you got, out of all of the readings so far, you've had the most. So very interesting that we have the cup charm, which is like, it's like the cup of fate, right? Like tossing lots, which is basically what I just did here, but it's like fate. Birthday. I don't know. I don't know why I'm seeing it that like that. You don't have to if you don't want to. But anyway, okay, so this is the cup of fate, and it has to do with your own actions, turning the hand of fate, probably your actions and your words as well, because it is sitting on the throat chakra as well as the solar plexus. But this is your actions and your words that have been grounded down into reality in some way. Now, with this I choose strength charm, it's saying that you have to believe in these actions and words, right? Don't be wishy-washy about whatever it is, because it won't be a grounded action or word then if you do that. You do have the harvest rune here. I think, you know, that will lead to security and a harvest, but again, it's gonna be about how much faith you have in your own abilities. We do have the charm for Leo coming out over the divine masculine as well as the root chakra. So I think there could be a masculine Leo who will be a good support system for you. Now we do have the chair that came out upside down sitting on top of the letter N. So when the chair comes out upside down, it means that there could be someone leaving your life or leaving a particular situation. And it could be someone who's a friend even, like maybe they're moving away or something, but, or there could even be a conflict, but, someone is leaving your life, someone or something is leaving your life. Usually with the chair, it's a person. You know, people sit in chairs. So, you know, things don't typically sit in chairs unless that's your thing. But yeah, so there's something that is leaving your life, or someone that's leaving your life. We also have the witch's hat, which I feel like it's saying, you're in control of your own security. Like you have your own magic, rely on your own magic. That's how you build your own security. And then we have the kangaroo. I feel like with the kangaroo, I gotta be honest, I feel like it's saying stick to one thing. And I'm listening to the words of this song, and just now he's talking about it's amazing what the heart wants. This is the song Daylight by Shinedown. Yeah, stick to one thing with that kangaroo there. All right, so with the letter B, it could be that you need to talk to someone, have a conversation with someone with the letter B, or have a conversation about something. It could be a very emotional conversation, probably with someone that's in your friends or family circle. We do have the hourglass with the charm. The hourglass was kind of sitting up here in the very top, the corner of this, where it's talking about like be patient before you say anything. But with the swan, this is all about like grace and beauty. It's like, like use your patience and you like walk with grace, try to walk with compassion. Just take that however that resonates for your situation. We do have some messages coming in from passed on loved ones, possibly a parent or a mother figure, because of this particular charm, which was something that belonged to my own mother who passed away. And so when I put these special charms in my charm box, it is meant to represent that specific energy of a message coming in from a passed on loved one. And so, because that's what birds represent, right? Also, it's a like abundant message or positive message because of the berries here. But anyway, there could be, some sort of advice or something that comes from your mother, but I feel like this is like a message from a passed on loved one. Like you may receive intuitive hits, or you might get like insight, right? Where you don't realize that it's an intuitive hit. You just think, oh, that's a good idea. Follow it. It's healing with the quartz crystal here. And with this, the need rune, I feel like it's saying you need to be honest about how you feel, especially with this frog here. Again, the frog and the kangaroo both have like this hopping from one thing to the other energy, right? Hopping around. So stay true, try to stick to one thing, stay true to what it is that ultimately what you need to say, what you need emotionally, but try to stick to one thing. Okay, so I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, whatever you can to help me, as my channel is new here. And I thank you for watching.